What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay. Yes, absolutely Jay. And if you like the tea like me, then this the place to be. Y'all, we back with another video. Us outsiders, they finna tell us what happened in Vegas. So we might just get the full story, y'all. We might just get the full story this time. Hang out with me, y'all. We gonna get into this thing.
Truly, you've turned my worst into the best part of me.
All right, y'all. Let's get into this video and say what happened in Vegas.
Oh, get in his chain.
Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Make sure you
Like, subscribe,
and leave your comments down
below.
See as many smiles in this video intro so far.
Scratch that. Welcome to the channel, y'all. It's Red.
and a little bit.
And we, of course, are back with part 2 of our separation video. Yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. I know a lot of you guys think it's clickbait or it's not real or however you guys
It's
feel.
most definitely real.
However you guys feel when it comes to how I'm saying things or going about things and how what she should do. Like, I'm reading all that, I see all that, and honestly, I appreciate all that. I also see the ones who's like, keep your personal business off the internet. Y'all know that we've never came to the internet. I don't see anything wrong with coming to the internet together.
Right.
We're not bashing each other. We're not, spazzing out, doing it separately how a lot of people would have done. I didn't go live in Vegas when the shit happened. I ain't gonna lie, if I would have, y'all would have had a lot more shit to go off of. So respectfully, I appreciate that, but I'm gonna continue to come to where my second family is at, which is social media, because I don't want you guys blindsided. Like, at the end of the day, I've always told y'all there's a lot that I'm still working on when it comes to myself, and a lot of things I can do better. I'm not fucking perfect.
Accountability is key.
A lot of you guys don't agree with me, and that's totally fine. Like,
absolutely.
That's why I'm trying to reach out and get as much advice as I can. And I appreciate the emails for those of you who have been emailing. Thank y'all, because I have been reading those and just really trying to figure this thing out, because we've never been like this before. I could fake the funk when it comes to entertaining y'all, because that's what I do as an entertainer. But like, when it comes to this right here, like, I can't fade the funk with y'all. Like,
thank you for that.
And then not only that, the reason I was more so okay with coming to the internet is also because it's like, it's probably answers out there that other people can help us with that we not seeing, like, that we not getting. Like, it's probably like, something that y'all can point out that I probably can be like, oh yeah, I do need to work on that. Or Melissa see it and she be like, okay, little bit ain't the only person that's saying that and that's seeing that. So it's like it's not putting you in our business. It's just being transparent. And we're gonna be honest with you, I don't wanna
for help. I don't have to pay a therapist when I feel like y'all my support system and I could be able to come to y'all. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. You feel me? Like,
and then also, to me, it's also like
See, there's nothing wrong with outside opinions, but at the end of the day, y'all are the ones who still got to make these decisions.
I don't need y'all looking at me and her relationship as if, oh, they don't have problems.
We all go through stuff for everybody.
This is what relationships go through. If you plan on being with somebody,
absolutely,
you're more than likely gonna go through this. Some people go through this within the first few months of their relationship. Yeah. You feel me? So it's like, and then it become an ongoing thing. So it's like this is what it come with. So it's like, I just don't feel like you should only see the good parts in relationships, because that's what mess up a lot of people's like image of a relationship. Like, they just see the good. Nobody is really showing like what that shit look like when it get tough. And absolutely. I feel like we at a point to where it get tough, and we don't need to be making decisions.
The whole thing too, y'all. We also pre-record quite a few of our videos, so that's another thing too. Like we're not like everybody else. We still have to work. This is still our job. We really still have to figure this whole thing out. Like there's so much involved with it. So I'm really not just finna like not be real with y'all for real. So we brought y'all here because we're just gonna tell y'all what happened, which made me spaz snap in
Okay.
Vegas.
Yes,
And
let's get it.
basically made me want to walk away from my relationship.
Oh,
So the last night, Lil Bit got overly drunk. I was telling her to stop drinking. She's at her limit.
okay.
Lil Bit loves to do this thing where, oh, I'm just having fun. You want to stop my fun? Oh, I'm good. I only had just a little bit. I know you. I know where we've been at.
Yeah.
And I know what you keep drinking, what that will come with. And then it's to the point where when I did take her cup and pour it out and tell her she's good, she done went and started drinking out all my cousins' cups. Melissa, Tanya, Gemini. Mind you, Melissa drinking dark. Only me, Tanya, and Gemini, and you drinking white.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Look
you
us-
woke up the next day, how?
I woke up the next day and I was in a bunch of pain. Like, it was,
Not too long ago, she was dealing with kidney stones, I believe, where she had to have a stent. Y'all, I don't know where kidney stones stem from, none of that. Leave it down in the comments. Let me know where kidney stones come from. But maybe that's what it had something to do with. Let's see.
really bad. I thought I was going to be able to heal myself because I was like, well, it's been a minute since I done got like that, so maybe it ain't going to be as bad as I think it's going to be. Like, maybe I'm able to, like, you know, do something about it. Y'all, the more I wait, and then, like, while I'm going through it or whatever, you know, Lissa on the phone, and I'm hearing her basically already frustrated because she hear me throwing up. So that right there already frustrated her. So I'm all,
Do y'all think that's enough to break up with somebody though? Cause she got drunk. That's why I say it gotta be something more to it. Just because I got drunk in Las Vegas, um, that for me that's not a reason to break up. Let's continue though.
it's already, oh, we probably finna miss our flight because she this and she that. And mind you, it's probably, at this point, it's probably about 9 o'clock in the morning.
But the flight didn't come up until we was at the gas station.
No,
I knew
I'm
that you needed an ambulance. and
No,
when I
I'm
asked
talking.
you, you
No,
said
I'm
no.
talking about when you was having a conversation on the phone with the person.
Oh,
Needed
with
the
Ray?
Yeah, in the
ambulance?
room. You was like, we probably finna miss our flight and da this, da that. So then she turned and she said, "Do you want me to call the ambulance?" I'm like, no, because you already frustrated. You already said we probably finna miss the flight. I don't want to say yeah, and then shit go even more left. Like at that moment, I didn't feel like being yelled at because I knew that's what was possibly gonna come with her just coming down my throat while I'm sick. And I don't want to hear that, to be
Yeah.
real with you. I don't want to hear that while I'm sick.
Nobody
Like, I don't
do.
want to hear that while I'm in here throwing up, like my fucking guts is hurt. I don't want to hear that. Save it for once we in the hospital and I gave my medicine, I don't hear, then you do this. But right now, I don't want to hear it. So I just said, no, don't call the ambulance. I'm good. So I'm like,
Remember in my last video, I said you have to suppress some of the way you feel. Did she just not explain that? So because I don't want to hear her mouth, I'm gonna just say, as opposed to voicing your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you have to say. We grown at the end of the day. Say what you have to say.
okay, maybe I need to just drink a bigger bottle of liquid IV and see like how that go and take like some pain medicine. Took the pain medicine, tried to nibble on some chocolate. That settled my stomach for a little bit. So then I was like, all right. So then Lisa like, all right, we finna get ready to leave out the room. So before we even leave out the room, I had to go back to the bathroom again. This time, it ain't coming out my mouth. It's coming out the other end. So we leave out the room.
Offense.
Y'all, we start walking. I don't know where that pain came from, but baby, that pain took my stomach to a whole different dimension. And I was like, something else is wrong. Like this not that drunk feeling. Like this is a different type of feeling.
Right.
Like
You just have a
I
little
don't know
headache.
what this is. So like me, I'm all like Lissa walking ahead of me. She at this point she has no patience at all. Like her patience is out. I'm stopping in the hallway, really can't walk or whatever. So I got to the finally got to the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom throwing up. Lissa like, come on man, cause we gotta check out the hotel or whatever. I come out the bathroom after being in there for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I come from out the bathroom. Her cousin I came down at this point. So now we walk into the car and the pain is getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So we get in the car. We go pick up Gemini, Melissa. We on the way, taking them to their truck, and we stop to this store. The
You
whole
stopped to the gas station
That's
because you
what I was
asked
talking-
for water.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The store.
Hold on.
So like while we got Melissa them, and Gemini them in the car, you know, this whole time Melissa been making like jokes and stuff like that. Like she joking and she laughing about the situation. So it got so bad, like she was joking and laughing so much. I was like, Listen, can you please stop and like just shut up, like. Please stop.
Too, if you going
said
through it
shut
and they
the
just
fuck up.
laugh.
But yeah, I said shut the fuck up because it's like it's not funny. Like it's really not funny. So after that, we pull up to I tell Lisa I need something to drink. I tried to drink that goddamn water. That water ain't a sip ain't even make it to my mouth. And I just like the pain just took over and I told Lisa I can't walk. Like it got to where I couldn't walk in, like my feet went out. And I was like, call the ambulance. I ain't gonna make it.
It is, y'all. She drank to the point to where the next day her feet wasn't working. That's scary. That will make me not want to break up with you, but that'll make me pissed beyond. Even after I told you, listen, you done had enough. You don't want to take my advice. Okay. Okay. And now you can't even walk. I'd be pissed off too. Not wanting to break up though, but pissed off.
I'm not gonna be able to get back in the car. It's not gonna work. Please, like, call the ambulance. So let's call the ambulance or whatever. I'm in the back seat. Once the ambulance come, I get in the back of the ambulance. I'm back there for I want to say about 10 minutes. Next thing you know, I hear a bunch of screaming. I'm sick of this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Why is she hollering like that? So then I got quiet and I started listening. She's hollering about me being in the back of the ambulance and us calling the ambulance, and she's talking to her cousin them. So I'm like, wait a minute, when the fuck it got like that? Like when the fuck you started doing stuff like that? Like, what is that? What is this scene that you putting on in front of this? Because you was just laughing. So now you cussing, you going off, and
went from
confused the hell out of me. I didn't know what the fuck was going on or how it even changed up that quick.
Right.
It go from you kicking to you hollering. So the man in the ambulance, they asked me, is she okay? Do they need to call somebody for her? Like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, she just upset. I was like, yeah, she's just upset because this is not the first time that this done happened. I say, but for some reason, I ain't gonna lie to you. I say, this is the worst. Like, this is the worst I've ever felt. So then they was like, all right, we just finna go ahead and get you to the hospital or whatever. So Lissa gets in the back after she done did this whole episode.
She said this ain't the first time this done happened. So she probably was drinking a lot to the point to where it hospitalized her. Cause she's saying she in the back of the ambulance and now she's saying that this ain't the first time that done happened to the paramedics.
She gets in the back of the ambulance. She ain't got nothing to say. She quiet. So then I just went ahead and just told her.
The guy said, do you mind riding in silence so there's no argument between y'all? That is what he said to me outside. So that's why I was silent inside, because I didn't want him to kick me out.
She should, especially if we all just heard you yelling outside and you telling us, oh, she's like that because this not the first time it happened. I would have asked her to ride in silence too, because y'all in close proximity, and if anything was to happen, then we'll have to be the ones to jump in between that. And no, we don't want to do all that.
You have to also realize that this is not our first, second, or 20th time.
But how do you go from joking to spazzing?
Let her finish.
This is, we done been here so many times. So at this point, I'm done with it, because you won't stop drinking. You won't listen to your body. You know what you just went through, and you steady drinking, adding on fucking issues to your body. Now,
she said this ain't their first time, 20th time. So My goodness, y'all. I mean, we asked for the full story and now we got it. Okay.
Now, I'm laughing in the car because if you guys are in there, her fucking sound effects with her pain, this shit is funny. Y'all know how y'all done been around a friend or
Her
a
voice is
partner,
shaky.
and it's a remember when I did that when I fucked up my knee or my leg when I was with my foot? When I had done been playing with Willie,
I get
and,
the funny
no,
part.
I'm just saying,
I get
but,
the funny part. But
so
what I'm
this
trying
is,
to get at
let
is
me
how it go
finish.
from that
Let me finish.
to you spazzing.
I was already spazzing since we were in the hotel. I was already saying shit, already mad, frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm kicking because of in the middle, just seeing your face and hearing that sound effect. That shit was funny. I'm glad I was able to get a little laughter out. But then when I go in the store and come out thinking that it's settling down, it's I can't walk my feet giving out.
Yeah.
We finna have to leave. We finna have to I have to call the ambulance. My whole frustration came from if you just would have listened to me, we wouldn't have been in this at all. Cause I know your limit.
Yeah.
I be with you all the time. We don't record every time we go to the hospital. Ask
Right.
her. Her track record is long.
Let's
Okay, I get what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? I get she's saying they did this time and time and time and time again, y'all. But is that still grounds to break up with somebody you care so much for? You would think now more than ever you would still wanna like be by her side to make sure she okay. You know what I'm saying? And I know, yeah, they not breaking up in that moment, but and she did get in the back of the ambulance with her and went to the ambulance because I'm not supposed to leave you in Vegas by yourself at no hospital. Duh, right? But still, I don't think for me it wasn't grounds to break up with her. But when you push to your limits and you done did this time and time again, those type of conversations do come up. It do. Like I said, you get tired of going through the same thing and the same thing. But when you stay with that person and you tell them, I'm not going to break up with you, you know what I'm saying? And you forgive them for those actions, then it's not bringing it up, but y'all, it don't matter. It's their situation, right? It's their situation. And she was fed up. She was tired of going to the hospital with you being overly drunk. She was tired. She don't want to do that no more.
When it comes to just overly drinking, all our friends could even say that.
When you called the ambulance, you were still making jokes. You were still calm. So
Not
when
at
I'm
all.
confused,
I was crying on the phone the whole time I was on there with the people from the ambulance. You have to also understand, I'm also crying and venting because I can't help you. Anything can happen. I can't do nothing. I can't protect you. I can't do nothing. I gotta sit here and watch you go through this fucking pain.
Right.
And you screaming at me, you think that's gonna make
I'm not
anything?
saying that
You
that's-
screaming and
I never
yelling, you
said I
think
was
that's
right.
gonna make the situation
Y'all,
better?
I never said I was right. I said
Right.
I spazzed.
Didn't.
I was wrong for spazzing like that.
Some accountability for your ass.
I just reacted in the heat of the moment because I was so freaking mad at her. Because if you would have listened to me, we wouldn't be here right now.
In the same sense, she grown. She can make her own choices too.
And I done been in situations with her where if I would have listened to her, I wouldn't be there.
And
she
have
done
I
been
ever did
just
you like
as
that?
mad.
Right.
Yes. You snap. Did you snap bad how I did? No. I'm just telling them why I reacted and responded like that.
Right.
Because we have done been here so many times.
Right.
And honestly, I was over it. I'm done with it. Don't want nothing else to do with it. I don't even want her sipping alcohol. But at the end of the day, she grown. You gonna do what you want to do because you grown.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
my whole thing is, it's like,
You don't have to stay
I'm
there.
tired of being in the
That's
hospital
your
with you
choice
for
too.
that specific reason.
Absolutely. You have every
When I
right
know
to
it
be.
has been well over 10 times.
Well, a little bit.
So that's why I was wrong for spazzing and doing all that when it came to you being in the ambulance. I also was fucking scared. Scared, mad, and fucking out of my damn mind.
Right.
Because I
Okay.
can't help you.
Well, thank you for saying
And
that.
then you
because
saying
the
that was
other
the
day-
worst. honestly, you already know.
Because the other day, when that's what I was asking you for, you had no understanding of that of that scenario at all. When I said I felt like you embarrassed me, when I said that, that's the
You weren't the only one embarrassed though.
I understand, but that's a better response than what you that right there. What you just gave me was way better than what you gave me the other day when I said something to you about
Yeah,
it.
because I'm still mad. We're still in the heat of the moment of it. Like, bro, we didn't even give ourselves time to really talk about it. Like, we wasn't really even communicating. Like, I can't just approach it furious. Like, even with me being right, I still was thinking, my mind just rolling. Like, because I'm like, I don't want to see you take yourself out.
Y'all, you hear how Red voice is trembling. These are true emotions, y'all. And I hate to say it. Man, I hope they can't come back from this. Like, it's a lot to deal with. Um, and I can only speak on this, y'all, because I haven't been in that situation, but I have been in situations where I've been in the hospital and my husband has been there for me every step of the way. And I can see, and it wasn't for my own volition. No, I've never did nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? This is all from a medical standpoint. But just to see him sitting there with me day in and day out, I could see the stress and worry on his face. We got 2 daughters, okay? Granted, when all this started happening with me, they were old enough to um stay at home and, you know, fend for themselves in that moment, you know what I'm saying? But to see the hurt and the pain and the stress in his face, in his voice and stuff like that, it does something to you while you're in that position. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to see the person you love going through that type of stuff, anything or whatever it is. You don't want to see them going through that. And I thank God for him every day. Him and my daughters. I thank God for them every day because they are my strength. You know what I'm saying? And if he wasn't there when I needed him the most, like in some of them moments, y'all, I don't think I'll be here today. And we gonna leave it at that.
Type shit. Like, you gotta realize, you be saying like, that's what you be saying.
It says the most dramatic person in the world. You are super. You can hit your toe, and you're about to think you about to find your heart stop. All of a sudden, now you're post.
You
feel everything in your body. Girl, you are
said that same
super
thing when we seen the
dramatic.
whole entire Love and Hip Hop scene in the ER that time in 2020. You talking about something? Mind y'all talking. I'm talking. She talking something. It's over.
It is over because it hurt.
And then the same thing happened in Vegas. I don't know shit about Vegas. I don't know if their hospital is good. I ain't even have time to look at the reviews, how she tell me to look at the reviews. Like, I knew nothing. Like, I just panicked.
Just scared.
And I was mad panicking.
Yeah.
So, y'all, we get to the house. Well, while we in the back, I go ahead and I tell Lissa, I said, you know what? I apologize. I was like, I know you mad. I know you tired of being in this situation. I totally get why you upset, why you angry. I said, and I'm truly sorry for it. Like, I'm so sorry. I was very apologetic. I kept apologizing to her. Even when we got inside of the hospital, I apologized to her again. Yeah. So, while we in the hospital or whatever, y'all, I want to say we got to the hospital about 12. About 12. So, about 1 o'clock, while we were sitting right there, they had took me back for the scan and everything. We basically tell them, we got a flight at 5. So the lady looked at the time. She was like, okay, I can have you out of here by 3:30.
Boarding is at 4:50, y'all. 4:50 p.m. is boarding. The flight takes off at 5:30.
It was 15
minutes from the airport and still have to drop Gemini and Melissa off to their truck.
Listen, when the lady said that you hadn't already dropped, you had to say, okay, you had to took Gemini them right after she said it.
Okay. All right. Nah, it's my fault that we
I'm
missed
not
the flight.
saying nothing is your fault.
We most definitely wasn't gonna make it. Y'all, we had to return the rental car back in. We had to wait to fucking catch a bus to the damn airport. On top of having to be checked in, your check-in bags has to be checked in by goddamn an hour before your flight. So the bags have to be checked in by 3:50, 4 p.m. Or y'all know they don't be taking people check bags. They gotta go under the plane. They'll tell you we can't. You gotta wait till the next flight. That don't happen with me and her. Then we still had to get
When that
your
happened?
prescription. Remember when we...
When?
Girl, remember when we were supposed to go out of from Kyra House? I can't pinpoint the exact day, but how you don't remember that, girl, when we went there and our ass had to switch the flight to later on that night? I just don't think it would have been enough time. So we ended up getting a later flight at 10 o'clock p.m. that night, which gave her time to be able to fill her prescription that she needed because she needed her pain meds.
Right.
Yeah, so when I got to the after they did the scan on me or whatever and for figured out what was wrong with me, y'all kind of found out I have kidney stones. And I have kidney stones in my...
So there it is. Because she was drinking so much, it aggravated the kidney stones. Again, I guess it flared it back up. Y'all, do kidney stones not go away? Is that like forever something you can have, or is it treatable to where they go away, dissolve, or whatever? I don't know.
my left kidney and I got shattered stones in my right kidney. Now, what I
Wow.
was upset about when I got that information was because I done asked the doctors and stuff for this same pain, are the kidney stones gone? And they never did a scan on me, and I kept asking, why aren't y'all scanning to see? And they kept telling me, oh, we can see that through your urine. We can see it through your urine if you have kidney stones or not. So when I asked the lady, I said, how long
That's why it's always good to get a second opinion, I suppose, huh?
do they, like, how long does kidney stones take to create inside your body? She was like, well, they don't come overnight, because I had she seen on my chart where the last time I went to the hospital about the pain.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, they don't come overnight. And she was like, and to be honest with you, basically they should have been told me I had kidney stones again. So she gave me a CD, and she was like, in case I want to see it for myself, they printed me out a CD of the scan or whatever and everything like that. So when Lissa, I had told, well, Lissa, I think you was sitting right there when she said it. Mm-hmm. Lissa was sitting right there when she said it. So then that's when basically they did my prescription. The doctor signed off on it, and they let me go after they gave me pain medicine and stuff like that. And they let me go, and yeah, we just waited around, went and filled my prescription and waited around until we got
to the airport.
To the airport.
Yeah.
So when we got back to the house or whatever, me and Lissa really wasn't, talking to each other. Well, she really wasn't talking to me. So I already knew, okay, it's hot water, so let me not say too much, let me not do too much. I don't apologize. So
Poke that lip
hopefully,
in.
she heard that or whatever. So when we got to the following, that Tuesday is when we was at the Dunkin' Donuts, and she asked me what was wrong with me, and I responded, and then the conversation went how we said
it went in the first video.
It went in the first video. And that's why I was like, well, damn. Like, I understand the frustration. I get it. Totally get it. Totally understand it. I 100% get it.
Okay.
However, I don't feel like that was a reason to say what was said to me. And that's what kind of like threw me, because it's like well, damn, like yes, it was my choice, but I done been there with you in situations where you done constantly fucked up over and over and again, and I ain't do you like that. Like,
get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, Libby, you not red, okay? You can't say you can't say, oh, I've been there with you and I never did that to you. You're not her. You don't feel what she feel. You know what I'm saying? And even if you do, she have the right to feel and say how she feel and want to say what she want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is different. Just because you react certain way, don't mean she's gonna react that certain way.
Why the fuck I get thrown to the trees, to the woods, because
You never got
this how
thrown
you
to the
this is
trees.
how I this is how I feel. That's what you can say, but this is how I felt.
I can't change the feeling.
Right.
Which is why I say when I'm upset with you, I try my best to be careful of what I say to you, because I don't want you thinking about that shit later on and wondering if I really feel like that or if she really meant that. But sometimes you'll bring that out of a person. You'll make a person say some shit to you that they really don't want to say to you. And then
If
you'll
you don't
bring it
want to
up
say it, you wouldn't say it.
as if they meant it.
Most of the time when people say stuff, they mean it.
Which is why I tell you, just
Why
be
are we
careful what
saying
you
it?
say. I get that you
People rarely ever say something they don't mean. Why else are they saying it if they don't mean it? And then I was always raised up with a drunk person speaks a sober mind.
mad, but you still have to be very careful of what you say.
She has nothing to say because she already said what she meant.
So I'm not taking away from you being over it. I'm not at all. I'm not. I just wish you would have handled it differently.
And I wish we could stay out the hospital. But we both have things that we
She's being petty.
have to.
Yeah.
You being petty.
No, I'm
She
not.
definitely
You got
being
to
petty.
realize
You
that
being petty, listen.
I'm not being
all right,
petty.
go ahead.
I just don't like that you like to compare my stuff when it comes to you honestly
'Cause you-
being in the hospital bed, having kidneys, done had kidney surgery, done had stents, done had broken
You
up
talking
kidneys
about
inside.
stents. Girl, I had one stent.
like, I'm
I
just
went through
saying,
kidney
you-
problems,
but you might
kidney
have to have
stones one
another one,
time.
though. You
This
have
is
them
you
right now.
you speaking as if this is a
You have-
repetitive thing
No,
with
you
me
have
going
them.
through kidney stones, and I don't like that you
Calm
speak to people
down.
like that.
Calm down.
No, because I don't like that. You sit there, you talk to people as
You-
if I've been in the hospital a million times for kidney stones.
No, that's
We done
not-
been in
no,
this
no,
with
no,
this
no,
kidney
no, no,
stone a
not
million
with
times.
kidney-
It sounded, I ain't gonna lie, it sounded like that to me, y'all. How many times she done been in this hospital with these kidney stones and drinking? Okay.
That is what you
No, no,
say.
no, no,
That is
no.
how you come
It
off.
done been with the excessive drinking. That's what turned it into kidney stones. And it's like the stent didn't stop you from drinking. You're steady drinking, which done now brought back more pain because
Is she
the
an
doctor said
alcoholic?
it was gone. It wasn't no pain, but it's like overly drinking.
It
done
wasn't no
brought back that
pain when I went back to the doctor for my for my last checkup, and I was telling you
Yeah, but he said
I was
that
in
it's
pain,
still-
and he
because
said
he
it's
broke
probably
it up.
and he said it's probably still the pain from that, but I never stopped complaining about that pain. Unless I kept complaining and saying that I was in pain.
Well, we should have went back to the urologist because it makes it seems as if it's the drinking when it comes to what you're going through. But it's not that. We most definitely need to go back to that doctor, and he need to see that CD. So because you pay out of pocket $1,800, and that should come with him doing his job correctly with giving you a proper examination and an x-ray and shit like that to show you, instead of just, oh, it's out. No, show me. So that's just what's gonna have to happen. But y'all, that is what occurred, and that's why we here where we at. Like I said, I appreciate y'all with just being a listening ear and either learning or giving advice for a nigga to figure it out and go from it. But I do apologize, like I said.
And I apologize too for
For
putting
that.
you back in that situation for the 35th time. So
Okay, y'all. So as we could see at the end of that video, they start getting a little petty, throwing jab for jab. But she has a right to feel how she feel, and Lippy, you got a right to feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? She's at the end of her rope with going to the hospital with you behind excessive drinking. Oh boy, y'all, this is not looking good, and I can only wish them the best in a situation. So until next time, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, you guys.
You've turned my worst into the best part of